What if one small change to your morning routine could completely transform your metabolism and help your body burn fat all day long? Most of us start our day on autopilot. We reach for coffee, maybe skip breakfast, and rush into our day without realizing that what we drink first thing in the morning sets the tone for our entire metabolic rhythm. But here's the fascinating part. Research shows that certain natural compounds can actually wake up your fat burning system at a cellular level. This process is called thermogenesis, the body's ability to convert stored fat into energy, and it's triggered by specific nutrients that signal your metabolism to get moving. When you combine the right ingredients in the morning, you can balance your key fat burning hormones like insulin, leptin, and cortisol, and set your body into fat burning mode for the rest of the day. Instead of storing energy, your body begins to use it more efficiently. That means better blood sugar control, more steady energy, and less craving-driven eating later on. This isn't about a fad or a quick fix. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms, helping your metabolism function the way it's designed to. You'll learn how one simple drink made from accessible ingredients you might already have in your kitchen can give your body that early morning signal to burn rather than store fat. I'd love to hear from you. What's the first thing you drink in the morning? Coffee, tea, or something else? Drop your answer in the comments below. Sometimes a small shift like this can be the quiet but powerful change that helps your body find balance again. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a remarkably sensitive state. After hours of fasting during sleep, your hormones and metabolism are primed to receive their first signals of the day. The moment you open your eyes, your body begins orchestrating a complex dance of cortisol, insulin, and adrenaline, each one influencing how your body will use or store energy in the hours ahead. Cortisol, often called the wake-up hormone, rises sharply in the early morning. It's not a bad thing. In fact, this spike is what gives you that natural surge of alertness when you first wake. But cortisol doesn't just affect your mood or focus, it also interacts with insulin, the hormone responsible for managing blood sugar. When you eat or drink something first thing in the morning, you're essentially sending your metabolism a message. Here's the kind of fuel we'll be using today. And the type of message you send can either stabilize your energy and fat burning potential or throw your system off balance. If your first drink is high in sugar like sweetened coffee, juice, or flavored creamer, your insulin spikes quickly. This sharp rise tells your body to store energy rather than burn it, and within an hour or two, your blood sugar crashes. That's when fatigue, cravings, and irritability creep in. But if your first intake is balanced, something that supports hydration, contains antioxidants, and encourages stable blood sugar, your body's hormonal response looks completely different. You stay in that sweet spot of steady energy and fat metabolism for the rest of the morning. This early window of the day is what scientists call metabolic priming. It's the time when your cells are most responsive to insulin, and when your liver and muscles are ready to decide whether to burn fat or store glucose. So when you choose what to drink or eat first, you're effectively choosing how your body will behave for the next 8 to 12 hours. It's not just about calories, it's about chemistry. Let's think of it this way. Your metabolism is like a thermostat. Every morning you get the chance to set it if you set it toward fat storage. By spiking insulin and stress hormones, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin throughout the day. But if you set it toward fat burning by keeping your blood sugar stable and cortisol balanced, your body stays efficient, energetic, and metabolically flexible. One of the main reasons people struggle with fatigue and stubborn fat is that their mornings unintentionally send confusing signals to their bodies. For example, skipping breakfast and going straight for caffeine elevates cortisol even more. That might feel energizing at first, but over time, high morning cortisol can lead to insulin resistance, belly fat accumulation, and even sluggish thyroid function. On the other hand, starting your day with something that supports hydration and contains compounds that improve insulin sensitivity, like certain herbal blends or mineral, rich drinks helps your system transition smoothly from fasting to feeding. Your metabolism isn't just about what you eat, it's about asterisk, when asterisk and asterisk, how asterisk you communicate with it. The body thrives on rhythm. Just as sleep follows a circadian pattern, your metabolism has its own daily rhythm too. In the morning, that rhythm depends on the cues you give it: light, movement, and nourishment. When you align your first actions of the day with what your body naturally expects: sunlight, gentle hydration, nutrients that support energy metabolism, your fat burning mechanisms turn on more efficiently. Many people underestimate how powerful this window is. The body's hormonal responsiveness in the morning means that even small choices like adding protein, minerals, or certain phytonutrients to your morning drink can have a measurable effect on your metabolism. These ingredients can trigger the release of norepinephrine, a hormone that promotes thermogenesis, the process of generating heat by burning fat. That's why people who practice consistent, balanced morning routines often experience steadier energy, reduced cravings, and better fat loss outcomes over time. So when we talk about the best morning drink, we're really talking about optimizing this metabolic window, choosing ingredients that communicate clearly to your cells. We're awake, we're nourished, and we're ready to burn fuel efficiently. The truth is, your body is always listening. Each morning, you have the chance to guide it toward balance and vitality, or push it toward fatigue and fat storage. And it all begins with that very first sip. Thermogenesis is one of the body's most fascinating survival mechanisms. It's the process of generating heat by burning calories. It's how your body stays warm, maintains core temperature, and regulates metabolism. But thermogenesis isn't just about warmth, it's about energy transformation. When your cells activate thermogenesis, they're converting stored fat, especially from areas like the abdomen and liver, into usable energy. That's what makes this process such a powerful ally for sustainable fat loss. Your body has two main types of fat: white fat and brown fat. White fat is primarily a storage system. It holds onto excess energy in the form of triglycerides. Brown fat, on the other hand, is metabolically active. It's packed with mitochondria, the energy powerhouses inside your cells. These mitochondria contain a special protein called asterisk UCP1 asterisk uncoupling protein 1 that allows brown fat to burn calories and release them as heat. When thermogenesis is activated, your brown fat becomes like a tiny furnace, burning energy continuously. What's remarkable is that you can influence this process naturally, and mornings are the perfect time to do it. After sleep, your core temperature is slightly lower, your metabolism is in a resting state, and your body is primed for activation. If you stimulate thermogenesis early in the morning, you jumpstart your metabolism for the entire day. It's like lighting a small flame that keeps burning, even when you're sitting, working, or resting. The key lies in giving your body the right natural triggers. Certain ingredients have been scientifically shown to activate thermogenesis by stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that controls alertness, energy, and fat mobilization. For example, compounds found in green tea extract, egg, cayenne pepper capsaicin, ginger, and coffee caffeine can increase heat production by enhancing norepinephrine activity. Norepinephrine tells your fat cells to break down stored fat and release it into the bloodstream for energy. When these natural compounds enter your system in the morning, they amplify this signal at the exact time your metabolism is waking up. Caffeine, for instance, not only boosts alertness, but also increases the activity of brown adipose tissue, your body's built-in fat burning organ. Capsaicin, found in chili peppers, works by activating TRPV1 receptors, which enhance calorie expenditure and promote fat oxidation. Even mild thermogenic effects, like a 5% boost in energy expenditure, can accumulate over time and lead to noticeable improvements in body composition. But thermogenesis doesn't rely solely on stimulants. Other compounds, like catechins in green tea or polyphenols in certain herbs, enhance the efficiency of mitochondrial activity. They help your body produce more ATP, the energy currency of cells, while minimizing energy waste. This means your metabolism runs cleaner and more efficiently, without the crash or jitteriness that often comes from synthetic fat burners. Activating thermogenesis early also influences hormone balance. When your body produces gentle heat from within, it signals that energy is abundant, which helps lower cortisol and improves insulin sensitivity. This balance prevents your body from switching into storage mode. Instead of conserving energy as fat, your body learns to use it effectively. Over time, this can improve your metabolic flexibility, your ability to switch between burning carbs and fats, depending on what's available. Imagine starting your day with a gentle thermogenic boost. Your core temperature rises slightly, your circulation improves, and your cells begin burning fat for energy instead of holding onto it. You feel naturally energized, not wired. Your mind is clearer because your brain is receiving a steady flow of glucose and ketones from stored fat. And because your metabolism has already been activated, every movement you make, even small ones like walking or standing, burns more calories throughout the day. This is why activating thermogenesis in the morning gives you such a metabolic edge. You're essentially front, loading your body's energy system, allowing it to work asterisk with asterisk you rather than against you. Instead of spending the first half of the day trying to catch up battling sluggishness, hunger, or low energy, you start strong and stay balanced. Nature offers these tools for free, simple, plant-based ingredients that awaken your metabolism without extreme measures. When you use them intentionally at the start of your day, you're not just burning calories, you're training your body to become a more efficient, steady, and responsive fat-burning machine. Your ability to burn or store fat depends largely on a few key hormones working in harmony, primarily insulin, cortisol, and leptin. These three chemical messengers are constantly communicating with your brain and body, deciding whether to store energy or release it. When they are balanced, your metabolism runs smoothly, but when they're out of sync, even the healthiest diet can feel like a constant uphill battle. Insulin is the gatekeeper of energy. When you eat or drink something containing carbohydrates or sugar, insulin is released from your pancreas to help move that glucose into your cells for fuel. The problem arises when insulin levels stay high for too long, which often happens when your mornings begin with sugary coffee, processed creamer, or refined carbs. Elevated insulin tells your body to store energy as fat rather than burn it, especially around your abdomen and organs. Over time, this creates a pattern called insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding efficiently to insulin and your body compensates by producing even more of it. The cycle continues, making fat loss incredibly difficult. Cortisol plays an equally important role. It's often labeled as the stress hormone, but it's also the hormone that wakes you up and gets you moving. A moderate spike in cortisol in the morning is completely normal and even beneficial. It gives you energy, sharpens focus, and mobilizes stored fat for fuel. But if cortisol stays elevated for too long, such as from chronic stress, caffeine on an empty stomach, or lack of sleep, it begins to work against you. High cortisol promotes fat storage in the belly area, increases cravings for sugary foods, and makes your blood sugar levels fluctuate wildly. Leptin is your satiety hormone. It tells your brain when you've had enough to eat. When leptin levels are functioning properly, your body naturally regulates hunger and metabolism. But high insulin and cortisol can disrupt leptin sensitivity, making your brain ignore the "I'm full" signal. As a result, you feel hungry even when your body already has plenty of stored energy. That's why hormonal imbalance can create a constant loop of cravings, fatigue, and fat retention. Now, imagine starting your day in a way that supports all three of these hormones instead of working against them. When your first drink helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce stress hormones, your insulin stays low and steady. That means your body has permission to access stored fat for energy. If your morning drink also includes minerals like magnesium or chromium, or compounds from plants like cinnamon or green tea, it can further enhance insulin sensitivity. This means your cells become more responsive to insulin, so your body doesn't have to produce as much, breaking the cycle of fat storage. At the same time, gentle hydration and natural thermogenic ingredients can help moderate cortisol's natural rhythm. Rather than spiking stress hormones with coffee on an empty stomach, a balanced morning drink can help lower that surge, keeping your energy calm but alert. This balance between cortisol and insulin is crucial. When one is too high, the other usually follows, and that's what leads to energy crashes later in the day. Leptin also benefits from this kind of steady start. When your body senses that blood sugar and cortisol are stable, it resumes normal communication with your brain's appetite center. You stop craving quick fixes and start feeling satisfied longer after meals. Over time, this improved leptin sensitivity helps regulate total energy intake naturally without restrictive dieting or willpower battles. There's also a deeper layer here: how these hormones communicate with your mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your cells. When insulin and cortisol are balanced, mitochondria function more efficiently. They burn fat cleanly, producing steady energy instead of inflammation or fatigue. You feel mentally sharper and physically lighter because your energy systems are running smoothly. What's powerful about this process is how small, intentional choices can create measurable hormonal change. Something as simple as drinking a blend that includes green tea extract for thermogenesis, cinnamon for insulin control, and a small dose of electrolytes for cortisol balance can shift your body's entire hormonal tone within minutes of waking. Instead of feeling jittery or sluggish, you feel focused and energized. When insulin, cortisol, and leptin work in sync, your metabolism starts to behave the way it was designed to: burning fat efficiently, maintaining stable energy, and preventing the roller coaster of hunger and fatigue that so many people struggle with. And it all begins with the first thing you drink each morning, that small, consistent cue that tells your hormones whether to store energy or set it free. The body's ability to burn fat efficiently and maintain stable energy depends on more than just calories. It depends on the quality of the signals your cells receive from nutrients. Certain natural compounds have been scientifically proven to enhance thermogenesis, improve insulin sensitivity, and stabilize blood sugar. These ingredients don't act as stimulants or crash, inducing quick fixes. They work at the cellular level to optimize how your body converts food into energy. When combined thoughtfully in a morning drink, they can create a steady, sustained metabolic advantage throughout the day. One of the most studied natural ingredients for fat oxidation is green tea extract, specifically its key compound egg-epigallocatechin gallate. Egg enhances thermogenesis by increasing norepinephrine activity, which signals fat cells to release stored fatty acids. These fatty acids are then used by your muscles and liver for energy instead of being stored. What's remarkable is that egg also improves insulin sensitivity, meaning your body needs less insulin to manage blood sugar, a critical factor for long-term fat loss. Research shows that people who consume green tea regularly experience a modest but consistent increase in daily calorie burn and fat oxidation, even at rest. Another powerful thermogenic compound is capsaicin, found in chili peppers. Capsaicin activates TRPV1 receptors in your cells, increasing energy expenditure and promoting the breakdown of fat. It also influences appetite-regulating hormones, helping reduce cravings and stabilize hunger signals. Even small amounts, such as those found in cayenne or red pepper, can increase thermogenic activity and improve metabolic rate for several hours after consumption. When taken in the morning, capsaicin works synergistically with natural stimulants like caffeine to amplify fat oxidation without overstimulation. Caffeine itself, when used mindfully, can be an effective metabolism booster. It stimulates the central nervous system and increases lipolysis, the release of fat from fat cells. But its benefits go beyond energy. Studies show caffeine enhances physical performance and promotes greater fat use during exercise. The key is moderation and timing. When consumed in combination with minerals or antioxidants that buffer cortisol, caffeine can support metabolism without leading to jitters or adrenal fatigue. Then there are ingredients like cinnamon, berberine, and chromium, all known for their ability to improve insulin sensitivity and stabilize blood sugar. Cinnamon helps slow the absorption of glucose from food, reducing insulin spikes and extending satiety. Berberine, a bioactive compound found in plants like barberry, has effects comparable to some pharmaceutical agents for managing insulin resistance. It activates an enzyme called AMP, often called the metabolic master switch, which enhances fat burning and glucose uptake in muscles. Chromium, an essential trace mineral, works by improving how efficiently insulin transports glucose into cells, reducing cravings for sugar and refined carbs. Minerals like magnesium and potassium are equally important, but often overlooked. Magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which regulate energy production and insulin function. A magnesium deficiency can impair glucose control, increase fatigue, and slow metabolism. Potassium helps maintain fluid balance and supports the transport of nutrients into cells, an essential process for maintaining steady energy and proper muscle function. Together, these minerals help your body stay hydrated and metabolically stable, especially after overnight fasting. Ginger is another valuable addition to a morning metabolism boosting blend. It contains gingerols and chagalls, compounds that enhance thermogenesis and digestion while reducing inflammation. Ginger supports healthy insulin activity and improves the movement of glucose into cells. By reducing oxidative stress and supporting circulation, it helps your metabolism stay active and efficient throughout the day. Turmeric, specifically its active compound curcumin, adds another layer of metabolic support. Curcumin has been shown to reduce chronic inflammation, one of the main factors behind insulin resistance and sluggish metabolism. It also promotes liver health, which is vital for fat processing and detoxification. Combined with black pepper, which enhances curcumin absorption, turmeric becomes a powerful tool for long-term metabolic balance. Even antioxidants like polyphenols, found in berries, and flavonoids from citrus fruits play a role. They help neutralize free radicals generated during fat oxidation, protecting mitochondria and keeping them efficient. Mitochondria are where fat is actually burned, so maintaining their health ensures your metabolism runs at full capacity. When these ingredients are combined in the right proportions, green tea extract for thermogenesis, cinnamon and chromium for insulin control, ginger for digestion, magnesium for energy, and turmeric for inflammation, they form a network of support for your entire metabolic system. Instead of pushing your body with stimulants or restrictive diets, you're gently guiding it toward balance and efficiency. This combination doesn't just help you burn fat, it helps you feel better while doing it. Blood sugar remains steady, energy lasts longer, and cravings fade because your hormones and metabolism are finally communicating properly. It's not about tricking your body into weight loss, it's about nourishing it with what it needs to do the job naturally and sustainably. Creating a morning ritual that supports fat burning isn't about doing something extreme, it's about combining small, intentional habits that work together to set your metabolism, hormones, and energy levels in sync. When you build a consistent rhythm each morning, your body begins to anticipate those cues, responding with greater efficiency day after day. The goal is to give your body the right signals at the right time so it can shift smoothly from resting mode into fat burning mode. The first step is hydration. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated and your metabolism is running slower. Drinking water as soon as you wake up helps jumpstart your system. Think of it as turning on the engine before you drive. Hydration supports digestion, detoxification, and circulation, all of which are essential for fat metabolism. A simple glass of water with a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon can help replenish electrolytes and gently wake up your digestive system. This sets a strong foundation before introducing your morning drink. Next comes the mindful preparation of your fat burning blend. This step isn't just about mixing ingredients, it's about setting an intentional tone for your day. Choose a calm environment, maybe with some sunlight streaming in or soft music playing. When you prepare the drink mindfully, you're also lowering cortisol levels by reducing stress. Combine warm water with metabolism, supporting ingredients like green tea, ginger, cinnamon, or a small pinch of cayenne. If you're using a green tea base, allow it to steep gently to preserve its antioxidants. Adding a touch of mineral salt, lemon, or apple cider vinegar can help balance pH levels and support digestion. This ritual can be personalized to your preferences, but the key is to keep it natural and nourishing. Avoid adding processed sweeteners or artificial flavorings, which can disrupt insulin and blunt the fat burning benefits. Instead, you can use a drop of raw honey or stevia if needed. When you drink it, take small, slow sips. This not only enhances absorption, but also gives your body time to recognize the incoming nutrients and begin thermogenesis. After you've hydrated and nourished your metabolism, the next step is gentle movement. You don't need an intense workout to stimulate fat burning. Light physical activity, such as stretching, yoga, or a 10-minute walk, is often enough to activate circulation and further encourage your body to tap into fat stores. Movement triggers the release of norepinephrine and increases oxygen delivery to your muscles, which enhances the thermogenic effects of your morning drink. Pairing this with sunlight exposure amplifies the results even more. Sunlight is a natural regulator of your circadian rhythm. When light hits your eyes and skin in the morning, it signals your brain to lower melatonin and increase serotonin and cortisol at healthy levels. This natural light exposure helps synchronize your metabolism with your body clock, improving energy production and insulin sensitivity. Studies show that even 10 minutes of sunlight in the morning can improve mood, alertness, and metabolic efficiency throughout the day. Consistency is what turns this from a habit into a transformation. Your body thrives on predictability. When you repeat the same rhythm, hydration, nourishment, movement, and light every morning, your hormones begin to align with that pattern. Insulin becomes more responsive, cortisol becomes balanced, and your metabolism stays steady instead of fluctuating. Within a few weeks, you may start noticing subtle changes, fewer cravings, improved digestion, and more sustained energy. Timing also matters. The first hour after waking is your metabolic golden window. This is when your body is most receptive to signals that determine how it will use energy for the rest of the day. If you drink your fat, fat-burning blend and move your body during this window, you're setting the tone for efficient energy use, better appetite control, and fat oxidation that continues even at rest. It's also helpful to pair this ritual with mindfulness. Take a few moments of calm before diving into work or your phone. Deep breathing or simple gratitude reflection lowers stress hormones, enhances digestion, and keeps your body in a parasympathetic state, the state that promotes repair, balance, and optimal metabolism. This ritual doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It's about consistency, not perfection. By showing up for yourself every morning, hydrating, fueling your cells, and engaging your body and mind, you're training your metabolism to become more efficient day after day. Over time, these small, deliberate actions compound, turning your mornings into a foundation for fat, burning energy, and long-term metabolic health. Lasting fat loss has far less to do with restriction than it does with rhythm. The body isn't your enemy, it's constantly trying to find balance, to keep you energized, nourished, and safe. When we push it too hard with extreme diets, fasting, or overtraining, we're often working against its natural design. The truth is, your metabolism thrives when it's supported, not starved, and that's where balance becomes the secret to sustainable change. When you start your day with intention, hydrating, stabilizing your blood sugar, and giving your body the right mix of nutrients, you're telling your metabolism it can trust you. That trust is powerful. It means your body doesn't have to hold onto fat for protection or flood your system with stress hormones. Instead, it can release energy freely and use it efficiently. This is what true fat burning looks like, not deprivation, but harmony between your hormones, metabolism, and energy systems. Many people spend years stuck in a cycle of dieting and frustration, not realizing that each extreme reset makes their metabolism more fragile. Skipping meals, cutting out entire food groups, or surviving on caffeine and willpower may deliver short-term results, but they come at a cost. The body becomes stressed, insulin resistance worsens, and cravings grow stronger. The solution isn't to do more, it's to do smarter. By focusing on metabolic balance rather than restriction, you rebuild trust with your body's natural signals. This small morning ritual, the simple act of hydrating, activating thermogenesis, and balancing hormones with nourishing ingredients, does far more than burn fat. It sets off a cascade of positive effects throughout your day. Stable blood sugar means fewer energy crashes, which means fewer impulsive food choices. Balanced cortisol leads to calmer moods and clearer thinking. Improved insulin sensitivity allows your cells to access energy smoothly, which helps reduce fatigue and brain fog. These subtle shifts add up to a deeper, more sustainable transformation. When your metabolism is balanced, your entire system feels it. You sleep better because your cortisol rhythm is steady. You feel satisfied after meals because leptin is doing its job. You're more focused because your brain is getting a consistent supply of energy instead of fluctuating blood sugar spikes. And perhaps most importantly, you begin to feel at peace with your body again, not in conflict with it. This shift from control to cooperation is where real results happen. It's easy to chase quick fixes or strict routines, but they rarely last because they're built on resistance. Balance, on the other hand, is built on alignment. You're not forcing your body into submission. You're creating the conditions it needs to do what it already knows how to do: burn fat efficiently, regulate hormones, and maintain energy naturally. There's also a psychological benefit to this approach. When you begin your day with a balanced ritual instead of a restrictive mindset, it sets the emotional tone for everything else you do. You're choosing nourishment over punishment. That simple decision can improve your relationship with food, your confidence, and even your motivation to move and care for yourself throughout the day. Consistency is the real magic here. One perfect morning won't change everything, but many intentional mornings in a row can reshape your entire metabolism. Over time, your body adapts to the cues you give it. It becomes more efficient at burning fat, more resilient to stress, and more responsive to insulin. You start to notice that maintaining a healthy weight no longer feels like a battle. It becomes a natural byproduct of balance. It's also important to recognize that your morning ritual doesn't have to be rigid. Some days it might be a green tea blend and a walk in the sun. Other days, it might be a quick hydration routine and a few minutes of deep breathing before your day begins. What matters most is that you're creating consistency and awareness, a sense of partnership with your body. This approach allows you to live your life fully, to enjoy food, movement, and rest without guilt or stress. That's what metabolic freedom really means. You're no longer reacting to energy crashes or cravings. You're leading your day from a place of stability and calm. The changes start small: a little more focus, fewer afternoon slumps, clothes fitting better, but over time, those changes expand into something much greater: confidence, vitality, and peace with your body. When you begin each day by supporting your metabolism rather than suppressing it, you start living in alignment with how your body is meant to function. That's when fat loss stops being a constant struggle and becomes the natural side effect of balance, nourishment, and consistency, not restriction.